The Israel-Palestine conflict is one of the world's most enduring and tragic conflicts. It's a story of two peoples with competing claims to the same land. This land, sacred to both Jews and Palestinians, has been a battleground for far too long. For decades, peace has remained elusive. The roots of the conflict run deep, stretching back over a century. The collapse of the Ottoman Empire after World War I led to the British Mandate for Palestine. This created the conditions for the Zionist movement, which sought a Jewish homeland in Palestine. However, Palestine was already home to a large Arab population. This clash of aspirations set the stage for decades of unrest. The 1948 Arab-Israeli War resulted in the creation of the State of Israel. This event also led to the displacement of hundreds of thousands of Palestinians, known as the Nakba, or catastrophe. Further wars in 1967 and 1973 solidified Israel's control over the West Bank, Gaza Strip, and East Jerusalem, territories claimed by Palestinians for a future state. The Oslo Accords in the 1990s offered a glimmer of hope. These agreements aimed for a two-state solution. However, progress stalled and violence continued to erupt. The failure to address key issues, such as the status of Jerusalem and Palestinian refugees, fueled further resentment and mistrust. The conflict remains a festering wound, with each generation inheriting the pain and anger of the past. November 7th, 2024 will be etched in the memories of Israelis and Palestinians alike. It was a day when tensions, simmering for decades, boiled over into a terrifying new chapter of violence. Airstrikes ripped through the Gaza Strip, leaving a trail of destruction in their wake. Hospitals, schools, and homes were reduced to rubble. The death toll mounted with horrifying speed, a grim reminder of the human cost of this intractable conflict. But the violence didn't end there. Explosions rocked eastern Lebanon, a region already grappling with its own share of turmoil. Rockets launched from Lebanon targeted Israel, further escalating the situation and raising fears of a wider regional conflagration. The sudden eruption of violence shocked the world. It served as a stark reminder that even amidst the political maneuvering and diplomatic efforts, the Israel-Palestine conflict remains a powder keg, ready to explode at any moment. In the aftermath of the airstrikes, Gaza was plunged into a humanitarian crisis of catastrophic proportions. The densely populated coastal enclave, already struggling under a crippling blockade, was ill-equipped to handle the surge of casualties. Hospitals, overwhelmed by the sheer number of wounded, faced desperate shortages of medical supplies and personnel. The cries of children, trapped beneath the rubble of their homes, echoed through the shattered streets. As the dust settled, the full extent of the devastation became horrifyingly clear. Entire neighborhoods were reduced to rubble, leaving thousands homeless and desperate. The stench of death hung heavy in the air, a grim reminder of the lives lost and the futures shattered. The international community, caught off guard by the sudden escalation, scrambled to respond. Aid agencies rushed to deliver essential supplies, but their efforts were hampered by the ongoing violence and the ever-present threat of further attacks.